Good afternoon. My name is Jeremy Hamilton. Imagine that you cannot hear or see. These are two of your most common senses. If you cannot hear, you cannot receive the verbal messages that your sender is giving to you. If you cannot see, you cannot receive the written or the nonverbal messages that your sender is trying to convey to you. Today I'm going to discuss with you three types of communication: written, verbal, and nonverbal communication. With that being said, let's go ahead and begin with written communication. Written communication is the physical use of pen and paper, or in today's society, using email or text message through your phone. It has its pros and cons. One of the pros is you can go into great detail with it. You can spend as much space as you need to explain it to your receiver. Also, if need be, you can draw a picture to make sure that they get it. The con is it's not a face-to-face communication. This means you're missing out on a lot of things. It brings me to my next point, which is verbal communication. I see verbal communication being the most effective communication there is. It is a face-to-face verbal discussion between people where you can hear exactly what they're trying to say to you. You can hear their tones. You can see their gestures. You can see exactly what they're trying to get across to you. This keeps you from receiving a message, say written, that you may misunderstand or may misinterpret, and it could cause some issues in the long run. Now, the last one I'm going to talk about is nonverbal communication. This is where you use your actions, your arms, your facial expressions. The actions that you have are going to portray what you're getting across. Now, the issue with nonverbal communication is sometimes you say one thing and your nonverbals show something else. The main thing with nonverbal communication is you need to stay aware of your actions. Know what you're doing with your hands. Know what you're doing with your face. This can keep the receiver from getting confused or getting the wrong message from you. It takes a skilled communicator to be able to pass on a nonverbal communication to a receiver and the receiver accept it the way it's supposed to be accepted. In conclusion, today I went over three types of communications. Written, which is actually putting the pen to paper or typing on a keyboard through email. Verbal, which is your face-to-face communication, which I believe is the most effective. And nonverbal, which can be easily misunderstood if the sender is not perfect at what he needs to say. So I say again, imagine if you cannot hear or see. This would affect your whole communication throughout your whole life. Thank you very much. Again, I'm Jeremy Hamilton. If you have any questions, please let me know.